Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be having a look at the Creatures Collide box set, but this video review is going to be for Ransack only. I'm going to break these down into 4 separate videos so you haven't got to watch ones on the figures that you don't necessarily want to see. So this was of course going to be a Target exclusive in America, but for some reason it managed to make its way out in the UK via in demand before anywhere else. We're going to have a look at the artwork though. We're going to have a look at it on pretty much every video because it's stunning. We've obviously got Goldbug, we've got Ransack there of course is Sky Wasp, and there is Predacon Scorponok. Now again, these are all uses of the same molds or older molds, just redecoed, and I for one don't really mind because I absolutely can't wait to see this character. I love the original figure. This was the one, as crazy as it sounds, I know everybody was really excited for Goldbug. It's all about Ransack for me at the moment. And of course again we are going to look at them all, and of course we already know that this was using the kickback mold. We've got what I think is a lovely bit of, I suppose, honeycomb feature, that's the word I'm looking for, on the top there. And it just looks a bit like a wasp's nest, I suppose, doesn't it? Right, I'm guessing that Ransack is going to be at this side. So I'm going to open up this side nice and carefully. And huge thank you to In Demand Toys and Richard Zortrider, who's also got his own YouTube channel, for acquiring this for me. Right, now we already know that these are the accessories, so I'm not going to open that up just yet. I can already feel what I think is the instruction book, and they've done exactly the same as what we did with the last ones. Got them all together. And as you can see, yep, there's the huge instruction book. Sky Wasp's lost a wing already, but that's not too detrimental. There is Ransack. What I'm going to do now then is I'm going to set him free from there and come back with some first impressions for you. Okay, so as you can see, we've set him free from his packaging, but before we do some first impressions, there's just something that I want to share with you that I think it's really cool, and it's not even documented anywhere in these instructions at all. Now with this box set, we know that we've got 2 heads for Sky Wasp and for Predacon Scorponok, which we can change in between depending on how you want them to look. Now we've got this additional head here, which is obviously for, well, you'd think it's for Ransack, but it's not. I think this is a bit of an Easter egg, and I think this is really cool. I think this is actually for Legacy Kickback. What we've got here is a brilliant, very good, cartoon accurate G1 kickback, obviously. And if we look at the head sculpt, it's got the lovely red eyes, which again is exactly like the cartoon. Whereas with the G1 figure, if we have a look at this here, excuse the chrome reflecting, can you see what the head looks like? So we've got this head here, and let's be honest, that's pretty much identical. It's just a larger version. So what I really firmly believe this is for is, we can still as well, because of course it's just the same mold, we can pull that off. And I think this is a little bit of an Easter egg. I mean, let's be honest, we're getting loads of toy accurate coloured figures, aren't we? We're getting Cyclonus G1 toy colours, Springer G1 toy colours. Now we have Kickback G1 toy colours. That's exactly it. Look at that. Just what I know, this is a Ransack video, but I just think it's brilliant that it comes with this pack, and as you can see, that is exactly what it is for. So there we go, moving on. So let's have a quick look at the actual figure. So I've already mentioned, and you can see it is a redeco and of course head retool of Kickback, and I love this mold. I think it's brilliant. I think I prefer these color scheme more, in all honesty. The translucent orange there with all the detail is stunning. The yellow is brilliant. The chest piece is good. Again, it's a faux canopy. Nothing opens up there. It looks like there's a hinge. It's just completely fused. There is head articulation. Of course, there's loads of articulation. We can pull it all the way off if we wanted to. Same as the Kickback figure. You can see it comes out. It's on a mushroom. Funnily enough, we can put Kickback's head on there, and that looks very strange. But yeah, we've got full articulation in the head and in the antenna as well. You can turn and rotate these around. Shoulders all the way around out to the sides, bicep flexion, no wrist swivel because it just moves backwards and forwards for the transformation purposes. Waist swivel, hips, side, front, knee bend, ankle. Have we got a tilt? And no, we haven't. I've forgotten this. We haven't got a tilt or an ankle bend really, but more than enough articulation as you'd expect with these new figures. So the other accessories are the 2 large, well, like laser swords or wings, or it's going to be his underbelly, which I'll show you in a second in the alternate mode. And we've just got a all black version of his gun. There we go. So now I think it's time to have a quick look at him in his alternate mode. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, he's in his alternate mode. And quick apologies for no transformation process on this video. Couple of reasons: one, to keep the main length of the video down, and two, with this being a new figure, I honestly just don't want to spoil it for anybody who doesn't want to see it. Sometimes there's something really satisfying about doing that first transformation process by yourself. However, if you do want to see the transformation process, it will be uploaded in a separate video where you can watch it just on its own. So let's have a look at him. And I'm already guilty of really liking this mould, and as I've already said, I'm guilty of admitting that this is the one I was most excited about. I just think it works. It just works so well. The orange translucent wings, the articulation in the legs, you can move this whole hind leg backwards and forwards, ball and socket for the actual toe feet part on the back of this, which is, of course, it looks more like a locust rather than a grasshopper, which kickback was. Same with the front legs. These will stretch up and down. You can turn the head a little bit, not as much, because we've got this face plate here covering, of course, the actual face. But it's great. I don't know what it is about it. It's just one of the particular molds that's really just, whatever it's done it for me. What we can do, we can take this normal accessory and you can attach this in there like so. And it looks okay. It's not ideal. If I was going to be displaying in this mode, I don't think that I would be doing that or putting it there, not on its own anyway. It just for me doesn't look right. I think we can attach it in loads of other places, that can't we? Can we put it, is that, yeah, we can put it on the side of, I suppose that's a shoulder joint, isn't it? We can put it on the side of the legs, but no, perhaps not. What I do actually like, and the fact is that they've documented it this time in his instructions, is what you can do is you can get these. Now make sure you've got the two pointy bits both lined up. What I mean is, don't have them mixed, have them, the two sharp ends there and the two pointy bits at the bottom. Connect these together, and what you're going to look at doing is underneath you can slot via this slot here, as I say, same as kickback, but it's actually documented in this one. You can slot these in and the tab will fit in there. Now this makes it look a lot more like a locust. It really looks like the underbelly of an insect, and that makes it look brilliant. Just something bonus, well, not really bonus because it's included in the instructions this time, but just another way that you can display this figure, this amazing figure. It's just got so much playability with it and a bit of fun. And I suppose if you really wanted to, now I've just noticed that there's 5mm holes on the side, so I suppose if we're going to connect some weapons to him, let's have a look at what this looks like. I'm just going off the cuff here now, and I think that this is going to look, does it? It doesn't look too bad, does it really? Not if you, now we can put the gun with it. Now we've got a really powered up insect version or mode. Maybe it's better that, yeah, it is better that way. Look at that. There you go. So there's a bonus powered up insect bonus mode. And again, I love this. I say this about loads of things during the Legacy toy line and some of the earlier ones. The fact that there's so much playability in different things that you can do with all of these accessories, because fundamentally they're toys, and this is fun. It's fun to display. I imagine if I was a child, I'm sure my son would love playing with this, to be honest. It's just something that I think really works. Would it work if you put them on the back? No, it gets caught there and it doesn't look anywhere near as good, I don't think. But again, look at what you can do with it all. There's so much you can do. Really liking this mold, really liking this figure. What we're going to do now then, we're going to come back for the final time, because we need to do some comparisons with him and his G1 self, and of course the original owner of the mold. Okay, then we're back for the final time in his robot mode. Let's see how he looks with his accessories, do some more comparisons, and the main reason being that this is the mode that I am going to choose to be displaying him in. So we've already seen how he looks and how he moves. Let's see how he looks with his accessories. You've got a choice with the main gun in robot mode. It can, of course, just go in his hand, which looks absolutely fine. No issues whatsoever. Or if you wanted to, you could store it at the back like this, again, just in that hole and that cutout there. To be honest, it looks a little bit weird maybe sticking through there. You've got the Energon swords, which can be used literally as energon swords in his hands. They're not as good as the kickback ones, I think, for this particular mode. They're just too well, they're not translucent, are they? They look okay. I don't think it particularly suits that. I'm just wondering, because obviously we looked at some of these earlier, how it would look in robot mode with these, either on the side of his shoulders. Yes, I am just literally trying things out as we go through. Maybe not too bad. Maybe though, if we did something like this and got kickbacks and then did this, or is that too much? I think that's too much, to be fair. That's far too much. Bit of fun, but far too much. And they're not his yet anyway. So I think it's a choice. It depends on how you want to display him. I think that they look okay. Not really for me in his hands or in his arms. Just think, let's have a look how they've got him on the back of the box. So yeah, so on the back of the box they've attached them to his forearm on the one side, and they've put the gun, by the looks of this, on the shoulder like so, and they've attached these to the forearms. And to be honest, that doesn't look that bad. It looks okay. Yep, there you go. That's how they've chose to display him there on the box. I'm sure you'd agree. It looks all right, to be honest, doesn't it? Right, let's have a look how he compares to his original G1 self. Now, the original G1 self, I've got to confess, it's quite a difficult toy to sort of get used to and play with. There isn't much articulation. He's got tiny little hands hidden away in between there. The original toy's got this gun and this shield, whereas this one, I suppose maybe if we got the two and we put them together like so, maybe it would be a little bit like a shield, maybe, and put the gun in his hand. Obviously you can see there's a slightly different yellow as well, but I'm sure you'll agree, in fact, if I just get rid of that just for 2 seconds, that the head sculpt is brilliant. It's so similar. All you've got to do is turn the antenna all the way around on these when he's in his robot mode, which you can do. You can turn these all the way around and you've pretty much nailed the exact head sculpt there for G1, which is of course what they're after. And the backs of the legs, it's a really good representation of the G1 figure, in honesty. Really like it. And as I say, if I put these two together, which I didn't even think of doing, to be honest, it looks like a shield stroke sword stroke whatever it is. And to be fair, that doesn't look too bad. And as you can see, he's managing to balance even on carpet, so it isn't too top heavy for him. Right, one final comparison to do, and that is with the original owner of the mould, and I've still got his G1 toy head on him as well. So in fact, this will make for a good comparison. So G1, new version, and G1. Bit of a difference, and that's because for people who didn't know, the Insecticons, these ones were standard Insecticons and these ones were known as deluxe Insecticons, so they were that bit bigger, which you can now see. I think that's all there is to say about this figure, though, to be honest. It is a shame that it comes as part of a 4-pack, but the figure itself is brilliant. The bonus head is just genius. Really liking that. And of course, I will do my best as soon as possible to get the rest of the reviews done, but they will be done, so you'll get to see all 4 of the ones from this particular pack. And of course, I'll do more comparisons and figure showcases like this. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. How cool is this little bonus? I think it's brilliant. Let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.